Women don't know men, but this man said it perfectly. Give a look.
I want to know, are you safe to love? I want to know, can I trust you with love? I want to know, if I tell you my secrets, will you respect me in the morning? Will you, in a fit of anger, turn on me and use what I told you in a moment of weakness against me? Because if you do that, you're telling me that I cannot trust you. And you teach me to shut up. Every time you betray my trust, you seal in me another layer of silence. And when I scream, I die screaming, and you can't hear me, and you never know why I died, because you taught me not to talk to you when you use my talk against me. Emotions. You say we have no emotions, you haven't got a clue. We got emotions you never even saw.
This blew me away. And it's true. We ask men to share their emotions with us. And when they do, we use it against them. We save it for a later date. Why would they open up? Why would they trust us when all we've shown is distrust? What women don't realize about men is they're a lot deeper than we think they are. Men have deep passion, deep love, very deep feelings. They love in a way that I don't think we could. Men are the true romantics. They're the ones that invented romance. All those little hearts and cards and Valentine's candies, opening doors, pulling out chairs, being sweet on us. Remember those days when men used to be sweet on women? You know why they don't do that anymore? Because we pushed them away. I don't know if we can ever get that back. Their level of romance, we can't touch it. But when they give it to us, it's real. It's coming from the heart. If you reject him, shame him, he's going to pull back on that, and for good reason, because we don't deserve it.
Big shout out to Bishop T.D. Jakes for his very impactful sermon. And a shout out to Demi De La Nuit over on TikTok. Guys, I've been saying for a while, and I'll gladly say it again because it bears repeating. You have to be very careful what information you share with women, especially those here in the modernized West. And I get strange looks. People say bad things to me when I say that, because women want to have access to your deepest, darkest secrets. The question you have to ask yourself is, what happens once she gains access to them? What happens when the deep recesses of your mind are her playthings? Well, I'll tell you what happens. Because what more often than not takes place is a woman will ask you to open up to her. She'll ask you to pour out your heart, pour out your soul. Tell her something nobody else knows. Because we as men operate in an honor-based society. Men operate in a say what you mean and mean what you say type of reality. Men who we can trust become our friends for 50 years. Men we can't trust get ignored, spoken down to, their asses kicked, or in some cases, removed from the gene pool permanently, depending on how bad the situation is. Men who can't be trusted among other men really do take their lives in their own hands. That's how big a deal it is to be the kind of man whose word can be trusted, or to find yourself as the kind of man who is known for being someone that no one can trust. You are in danger in the men's society. But women, we give unto women an attribution they should not ever have, and we treat them like our fellow man. That is a mistake, gentlemen, because women operate in the realm of emotion, and emotions are subject to change on a moment's notice. She could rock with you strong, and then, you know what? I can do better than that. Let a woman, 2 X chromosomes and all, let you hear from her what it means to have a woman in your life and giving her your secrets. Roll the clip.
A woman will be in love with a man for 3 years and wake up on a random Sunday and say, fuck that man, and mean that. And I love that for us. I love being a woman.
Don't let that sinister giggle at the end make you think she was playing, guys. And don't you dare for a moment think that she's alone in her thinking. You see, guys, what happens is, and what a lot of guys mess up on, is they forget one very important detail. Women here in the West are the closest thing you're going to find to a corrupt police officer. Someone who is wearing the badge, wearing the uniform, who should be someone you can trust and believe in, but they are corrupt down to the core. They're paid for by the mafia or some other sinister organization. Guys, we all know, those of us who pay attention, that whatever you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. And for that reason, you have the right to remain silent. You have a right not to incriminate yourself. Keeping your mouth shut isn't just the best course of action for modern women, because it denies them the ammunition they can, and most certainly will, given the opportunity, use against you later on in an argument where they find themselves losing. That 99% of the time, they're the ones who started in the first place. What you must understand, guys, is that, and it's no accident, that the archetype for the strong, silent type goes back everywhere. In literature, in music, in movies, TV shows. And you've overheard women that you know personally say they want a tall, dark, and handsome guy. The strong, silent type. Because whether they want to admit it or not, whether they like to admit it or not, it's the guy they can't crack. That's the guy who often gets their best behavior. He often gets the best out of them in the bedroom. It's the guy who isn't running off at the mouth every 5 minutes telling his deepest, darkest secrets that they can't get enough of, can't stay away from. You see, guys, what you need to remind yourself is this. Most women don't operate out of good faith. They are sleeper agents, seeking information, gathering information, and waiting patiently, because they don't plan to fight fair. They don't plan to attack you where you're strongest, because they have no choice but to lose there. So they attack you where you're weakest. And gentlemen, this is why you should never allow yourself to enter into the realm of emotion with a woman. Never put yourself in a place where you're fighting uphill in the snow against an opponent who spent her entire life manipulating people in that arena. Why would you, if you got pencil thin arms, try to take on the arm wrestling champion of the world? I don't see it going well for you. Don't play this game, guys. Keep your mouth shut. In fact, this is actually catching on like wildfire. Men are figuring out the conversation is pretty much over. But I'll let them tell it in their own words. Roll the clip.
Clear, okay? We're not talking to you anymore about any of this.
What's going on, TikTok? What's going on? Hey, check it out. I told you. I said, let me tell y'all something. I said this on my Nathaniel Campbell's 8-7 page. Y'all can go over and look at it. I got to find the video. I said, when men stop talking, it's a whole nother story. And men are about to stop talking. Men are about to stop talking. Men are no longer talking in most cases. Men are tired. They sick and tired of this BS going on. Do you understand me? Men are done talking. They're through having conversations. They're through fighting with you about falling in line and falling under subjection under the black. I told y'all this. And I've been the one telling y'all the whole time. Oh, you don't know. All right, I don't know that. I'm just a man. I'm just a man that went silent. I'm just a man that understands the mindset of men. I'm a man that gets it. And I kept telling y'all the men was gonna walk away from this. Now brothers who've been fighting and lobbying for y'all. Now those guys this guy, basically Black Jesus, been lobbying for black women. Like I have been lobbying for black women. But he ain't, when these brothers say they through, let me tell you something. When the black man that's fighting for you stop fighting for you, you out here in these streets by yourself. You think you by yourself. But now you finna find out you by yourself. When black men go silent, we already talking to the young guys. Don't you see the passport bros? Those are the guys that got the game from us. Those are the young men that's upwardly mobile. Y'all, I heard a woman talk the other day talking about a dude made $51,000 a year. All he making $25,000 an hour. Most of y'all don't make that. A lot of you women talking about how much you make an hour, but you don't talk about the fact that it's part-time. A lot of y'all don't talk about the fact that that y'all barely making it over there. When y'all leave y'all house, y'all turn y'all breaker box off and leave just the refrigerator running so y'all meat don't spoil. Y'all don't talk about that. Y'all don't talk about that the house you live in owns you. Black men are through talking. Baby, it's winter. Winter ain't coming no more. It's here. Brothers don't stop talking.
Shout out to the brother. He nailed it. And the estimates are that by 2030, well over 40% of women who are of the age of fertility are going to be alone, unmarried, and childless. It didn't have to be this way. It didn't have to be this way. All we've ever wanted from the modern woman is just a few things: kindness, loyalty, the ability to be led, and femininity. I mean, hell, figure-wise, if you can keep yourself looking nice, that's cool too. But it's not like we were asking for the moon like you ladies are. It's not like we were asking for you guys to be these superhumans fresh off a comic book page in order for us to give you a chance. We never required all that. Still don't. But you made it so toxic. You've made it so painful to interact with. The men are saying, you know what? Fine. There's no talking to you. There's no communicating with you in an effective way. So, one of three things is going to happen. The Chads who just run rampant and run through y'all anywhere like prune juice, they going to keep doing what they doing. Chad and Tyrone, they got an MO, and they don't plan on stopping no time soon. But guys who aren't Chad and Tyrone, they're finding out, you know what? There's better options for me overseas. Passports in hand, they're off to the airports. And you got guys who don't plan to go nowhere. They're going to stay right here. But they've decided to go their own way. They decided, you know what? Monk mode is the move. And the less money I'm spending on dates, the faster my retirement portfolio grows. The less money I'm spending on hair and nails and other goofy shit, the faster I can build my real estate portfolio. And when the time comes, if I ever want to be a father, I can explore adoption, maybe even surrogacy, because I've stacked up so much money, I can afford both. And I wish those guys well. Men are done talking. Men are done talking. And I suggest that you guys pick up the pace on this. We're not moving fast enough on this. Shut them out, guys. Make them beg and plead for information that will never come. That's all I got for today, fellas. That's my time. Like the video? Comment down below. Share with a friend and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Never let your brother suffer in silence when the truth can set him free. Networkers, we working. Until next time.